Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful summer. We're having a great summer here. I know that there's been a lot of changes for everyone, so keep your head up. And I just had kind of a fun story I wanted to share. Those who follow me on these social media sites, you know that I like to share stories sometimes with a principle, embedded in it. And this story comes at you from when I was a freshman in high school. So my first day of being a freshman, for those that did not know me, I was a very late bloomer. So I weighed less than 100 pounds going into high school. And on my first day, I literally had 3 people come up to me and tell me, like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you all right? Are you supposed to be here? I think the middle school is down the street. I think you might have went to the wrong school." So that was my first day of high school. And on the second day of school, I was walking down the hallway, and this man stopped me, and his name was Gary Bowden. He was the wrestling coach at our high school, and he said, he's like, "Hey, young man," he's like, "you're the perfect size." And I looked around, and I was like, "Are you talking to me?" He's like, "Yeah, you." So he definitely caught my attention. He said, "You need to join the wrestling team." And I was an aspiring basketball player, but with being so short and so small and not that fast, that was not in the cards for me. So I joined that wrestling team. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. But I showed up, and I did the best that I could. So those that know wrestlers know that they do this weird thing, and it's something that I did also. They cut weight. So if you weigh like 130 pounds, like maybe you'll try to do like the 119 weight class or the 126 weight class. And it's just a thing. It's like they're always cutting weight. They're always trying to get like less weight. So that's something I did. But when you cut weight, typically you do these weird things, like you'll put plastic bags underneath your wrestling clothes, and you'll go through practice, and you'll lose like 2, 3, 4 pounds in water and sweat during that time. And it's super unhealthy. It's totally not good for you, but it's like a very common practice. And after I got done with my 4 years, being an adult now, something I wish I could go back and tell myself was just focus on being a better wrestler. Be healthy, be strong, be hydrated. But the better wrestler wins the match. And so I'm going to relate this to kind of real life, right? And sometimes what I call this is doing the work. So doing the work would be becoming the better wrestler, right? Cutting weight is that quick fix that we find ourselves kind of being promoted to us, and it's that get rich quick. It's that quick weight loss program. But I've found in life that anything that is really worth like a value and sustainable and long term comes with some work, comes with some discipline and some focus. So thinking about that, I saw my son recently. He's doing the work, and he's 17 years old, and he's gotten really interested in personal growth and also in real estate. He's going to be going into his senior year, and he's really just, he's becoming a man. And so I connected to him with my good friend Isaac, who owns his own real estate company, to just get more of like that real life experience, and someone that really knows what it's like to be a real estate agent, to see if that's really something he wants to go into. And so Justice has become more and more passionate, and they have had countless Zoom meetings, and Isaac has taken him out on the field and just shown him the ropes, and it just has kind of spurred him on further. And so one of the pieces of advice that Isaac gave him was, he's like, "Justice, I can tell you're very passionate about this." He's like, you can go online and download the real estate course. It's about 150 hours. It costs you $350. He's like, you can start now. By the time you're 18, you can go take the course and get your real estate license right when you turn 18. And so doing the work for Justice was, he went home, he paid for the course himself, and he's put over 80 hours in. He's 80 plus hours in. So he's putting in the work. He's putting in that hard work. So the principle here is that private work leads to public victory. right? That private work leads to that public victory. So I don't know who needs to hear that today, but many of us, we want to just skip that part. But what about for you? What would be the one thing, the action step that you could take to get you one step closer to that thing you feel kind of pulled towards? You know, during this time of the quarantine, a lot of us have had a lot more time to kind of go inward. Some of us have been out of work for a kind of prolonged period of time. It kind of has disrupted the normal, the status quo. And so many of us find ourselves in like, has our normal, our old normal, was that even working for us? And whenever there's a disruption, it gives you a chance to make a shift. So if you're finding yourself in that place of shift and you're like, maybe I want to mix things up a little bit, I just want to encourage you. It could be making a phone call. It could be meeting with a friend that maybe is in a different like industry than yours and you're kind of curious about that. It could be like getting information on going back to school, or, you know, there could be so many things. But as I'm speaking, I'm guessing that could be something that comes to mind. So I encourage you, go out, do that thing, take that first step. You know, maybe you're not going to take the 10 steps right away, but if it's buying a book, if it's reading the book, if it's just reading one chapter in the book just to educate yourself on something you're curious about, do that thing. All right, guys, I hope you are all well. There will be more videos like this coming up. I am just in the midst of shifting things myself, and I'm still going to be a hairstylist. I'm still going to be educating, and I'm staying here in Eugene, so I don't want to make anybody nervous, but I just kind of feel this pull to just deliver messages like this. So there's exciting things coming down the pike, and I hope you're all well. Share this if you found this encouraging. So hope you're all well. Bye.